I'm reviewing Adam Brand's Get On Your Feet.
Get on your feet, stand up on your seat, lift your glasses way up high, raise your hands up to the sky.
Mate, you could not get more blokey with this record if your name was Gazza, your girl Shazza, and your dog was a VB guzzling rat rooter called Blue. It's even got a song called Drunk, where the bloke singing in the background jump in with a response of drunk to each line of a litany of pistas and nude activities, up to declaring, we're Australian, loud and proud, and we ain't sorry, we're just drunk. Which is pretty funny considering the whole record is as Nashville bro countries could be managed without having to force feed yourself Miller-soaked Pop-Tarts. Bloke Brand wants to know why planting a kiss on a girl's lips or his hands on her hips when she may not actually want it has to be something objectionable. Why can't love be easy? Why do we have to make things harder than they are, he asks. Elsewhere, he sidles up real smooth-like to yet another bird. You know in Brandwell she's a bird, whose way of drinking from the bottle has made him jealous of her beer, and asks her, what are you doing for the rest of your night? Let's not pick on Brand for sexism though, not when you can go him for just plain crud such as the faux emotions of Around a Campfire, Friendship Rocks Mate, and Leave It On, Heartbreak Sucks Mate, or the working man's Song of Defiance, Get On Your Feet, Mates Rock Mate. Perhaps best of all there's the line, let's party like the ball just dropped, which makes perfect sense to Americans whose New Year's Eve ritual includes the Times Square broadcast and the electronic ball dropping to signify the clang of midnight. But did anyone stop to think that in Australia the line instead suggests something along the lines of, let's party like puberty just hit? Mate, that's a bit embarrassing. So Rod, is Adam your mate?
I don't know what to do with this record. I don't know where to start with it. I don't know, you talk about it's very matey. Like, is it matey? To me, matey sums up very Australian, but I don't get Australian from this. Where is it?
Certainly
is he
not from the
American?
accent
I
he's
know he's not
singing in.
American, but he's singing American twang.
Yeah.
The music is, it's like that. I suppose it's Keith Urban-esque in that it's called country. Ostensibly, it's pop with a little bit of banjo every now and again, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But lyrically, this album is disastrous. I think the song Drunk, which you mentioned, one of the lyrics in that is, if she's a 4 but your eyes tell her she's an 8, or something like that. What the fuck?
What about the one where the girl walking by is a perfect 10 and he's going on about her body? What is this, the 1960s or the 70s?
No, it's a maths lesson. That's what it is. There was the music, I think the lyrics were so dated that the music seemed almost modern in comparison. The music for me was stuck in Shania Twain territory.
Totally, yeah.
It was like that computerized country of the 90s. But then when you tune into the lyrics, you're like going, nah, it's not even anywhere near that. Like I do the people who listen to Adam Brand music accept these sort of lyrics?
Well, are the people who listen to Adam Brand who listen to this album, did they listen to Adam Brand's early albums? Like, has he brought them with him, or because to me they're pretty different?
Yeah, he was in that band that last year he released a record with the Outlaws, a bunch of other country music things, and that kind of seemed a little bit more realistic, at least, or just fun.
Do you mean the image of them wearing the orange boiler suits in prison?
Yeah, that's right.
That realistic fun.
Well, yeah, I think they should be in jail.
That was super realistic.
That was the Australian spin on the bro country of this. I mean, that sort of outlaw stuff, that was just utterly ridiculous. And we're rebels. No, you're not. And this, I mean, the mateiness about this is the fact that it's all about being blokes together, and it happens to be Australian, but it's all American material. It's all American references. It's all American styling. It's bro country straight up. But that's what so much of mainstream Australian country music is. The Adams, the Lee Kernigans, that's what they're doing. And the McClymonds do it much better, but the McClymonds are doing exactly the same thing. And what's really strange about this is, I mean, they do slip in a couple of Australian lines. I'm not entirely sure who wrote all of these songs, and I'm pretty sure they slipped in some of the Australian references just so they can remind people, actually, we are Australian. They probably take it out of the American version of the thing as well. But what's this telling us? It's telling us that there is a strand of music buyers out there who actually like the idea of blokes singing songs about other blokes checking out birds at the bar and with the beer goggles on and making a move on her. And come on, what's the problem? Come on, mate. We're
it's just locker room talk, isn't it?
That's right. And let's not pretend that there isn't a market for this, and let's not pretend that there aren't people who are going to sit here and think we're a bunch of namby-pamby.
Sure.
I think it's so disappointing. And I think when you look at where Australian country music is at, I think that it is evolving, and there are artists like say Troy Caster-Daly, who has a sort of a mainstream sound, you know, not that far off your Adam Brands, but he tackles interesting subject matter at times. You know, he'll look at the Freedom Ride, and he'll still have songs with lyrics that are self-explanatory, you know, but they're not degrading. They're not, you know, talking about women as if they're objects, because come on, don't we want more from our music?
It is exactly the Keith Urban formula. I mean, Keith Urban hasn't had an original personal line in one of his songs for 20 years. And Adam Brand has seen the light. What you do is you get someone who writes a generic song, the bro country song, and you will fit in. You will make yourself an identity. So you will sing with an even greater American accent than you might normally do, and you will use these lines that you know nobody believes.
But Keith Urban isn't stupid enough to go with lyrics like this. It's astounding how out of date, how out of touch, and how utterly sexist they are. Like, to the extent that it sounds like a parody. And it's really hard to take. It's like we're saying, like, can you even comment on the lyrics? Do you just have to push them aside? I don't think Adam Brand, he couldn't possibly feel like that about women.
Well, he couldn't, but the fact is that's the image he's putting out, so he's going to have to wear it.
So another 5-star album down the corner, yeah?
If I could give this 10, I would, but I'm going to have to settle for 2.
Let your body feel the groove. Don't be afraid to move side to side if you want to.